Okay, so this is take one of my video experiment thing that I'm trying to do to improve myself-ish, sort of. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So the idea is every day, or every other day, or however often I feel like it, take 7 minutes of myself just talking whatever comes to my head. Only 7 minutes, and the reason it's 7 minutes is because I was on the debate team in college for a while, and the idea was you had 15 minutes to prepare for a 7-minute speech. So you basically just wrote bullet points, and then you came up with everything else on the top of your head. And I go back to that because being on the debate team, which kind of happened accidentally, forced me out into the open in public speaking and made me actually come out of my shell. And the reason that I'm trying to come out of my shell more is because I'm kind of sort of finally realizing that I'm actually an extrovert personality-wise, but I've always carried myself as an introvert. So I feed off of interaction with people, but I'm afraid of interacting with people. So I get no food, so I'm hungry. So why am I fat? Basically, I'm like a shy extrovert, yes. I need people, but I'm scared of them. And I'm trying to rectify that. So where this headed is I keep getting ideas in my head of things that I want to do, or things that I'm sort of good at, but I'm not good enough at. Like, I'm good at drawing and artsy, fartsy stuff, but I don't want to sell my work because I'm not good enough, or I think I'm not good enough for people to want to buy it. I'm good at singing, but I'm not the best singer in the world, so I'm afraid to sing in front of people because they're going to be like, oh, you're not as good as so-and-so who's famous and shit, and no, I'm not. I'm just sort of mediocre slash sort of good at a lot of things that don't really have anything to do with each other. Like, I'm also a college dropout for marine biology, if you believe that. I am still good at science. I'm really good at math, and I love science, and it's fascinating, and I freaking love the ocean, and going out into the ocean, and I love fish, and I have fish, but I really only have a goldfish, and an albino catfish, and an albino pleco, but that's because I'm at a place right now where I can only have a little 10-gallon tank, fresh water, salt. I miss my saltwater tank. But anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, see, this happens a lot to me. I totally lose my train of thought. Like, just, it's gone. Happens a lot if I'm interrupted by somebody, which really pisses me off. Which is why I tend to not have conversations very often with people. Because I'll be talking about something, and I'll be along a train of thought, and then I'll just stop. And well, I'll stop because the person interrupts me, or something else happens, and I'll be like, oh, squirrel. And then I'm just like, what was I talking about? And then the other person just kind of gets bored and is like, oh, you're funny. Bye. And yeah, this is super awkward what I'm doing right now, but it's for my own good. And the only person that's gonna see this whole awkward mess is my husband. And he's already stuck with me, so haha, you love me. But if any of this is actually any good, I might put it on YouTube. And more recently, I've been kind of thinking that I want to be an entertainer. Like, I've thought about comedy, but I'm not that funny. Or maybe I am. Other people think I'm funny. I don't think I'm funny. But there, see, it ties in again to what I was just talking about. Oh, look, it's been 7 minutes. But I'm still talking, sort of. And I just got laid. Before I go, for my 7 minutes, 8 minutes is up. We were just talking about how come in porn you never see the reality of he was pounding me so hard that he made me fart. I honestly think I'm the only person that finds that funny. But okay. I had a class, animal physiology class in college. We were learning about rabbits' digestive systems, and how they have 2 different kinds of poop. And there's the regular poop that comes out and just goes away. And then there's what my professor described as little black licorice jelly bean poops. He described these in great detail. How the little black jelly bean poops had lots of nutrients that couldn't be digested the first time around, so the rabbits eat the little black poops, and little black poops this, and little black poops that, and I swear to God, I was the only person in the whole room who was trying her goddamn hardest to not just bust out laughing hysterically. I was sitting there like this the whole time. Does that make me immature? I'm 24 and I think poop jokes are hysterical.